Hi everybody, welcome to yet another video. In this video, we'll taking a look at a challenge called No FA. Now, this is a part of PicoCTF 2026 challenge from the web category. As you can see, it falls under the medium level category. It says seems like some data has been leaked. Can you get the flag? Now, here is where we can find the flag. This is the link. So let's just close it. The application code and the leaked data can be found here. Now, here is the link. Sorry about that, you found the flag first, but let me just show you what we can do. All right. So here, as you can see, it says there's a login page and a password page. There is no register slash robots.txt or brute forcing that you need to do. What you can do is you can try local creds, but you won't make it, right? So what can we do? Now, there are two things that they provided us. The first thing is the source code file, and the second is users.db. Now, if I type file users.db, as you can see, it says SQLite 3. So I can do SQLite 3. I can do dot tables. As you can see, there's a users directory. So let's do select star from users. There is a username, there's a password. So there's a username, there's an email, and a password hash, right? So what we can do is select password from users. Now, don't ask me where I got this word from. Now, what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to fetch the password here. The reason is that I can just copy this part. I can go to crackstation.net. I can paste them here. Let's just solve this captcha. And let's crack hashes. As you can see, the first one and the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Fifth one works. So the fifth one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth one is admin. The first one is John Doe. All right. Now, the next thing that we can do is open Sublime Text. I have written the name and the password of the users that we found here. First is John Doe. So Apple 123. As you can see, it says no flag for you. What happens if I were to do admin apple at the rate 123? As you can see, it sends me for an OTP verification. So I need to have a registered email here, right? So at this point of time, a couple of things will come to your mind. One of the things could be, can we use host header injection to redirect or send that OTP to an attacker's controlled mailbox? Well, I don't think that's how this challenge is intended to be solved, and also the probability of that happening is very, very low. Second, let's see what is happening here. There's a secret key that it is fetching from the environment variables. It is checking if there is a username in session. So if I were to log out and I were to do this, and if I were to go to cookies, as you can see, there is a cookie set. So this might have, as you can see, this could be base 64 encoded, and this should have username field, right? So if username is set and the session is set to logged, then, and if the username is set to explicitly set to admin, I might get the flag. Otherwise, if either of these conditions is not met, it will say flag, no flag for you, that we just saw here, no flag for you, which means I am logged in, which means this part is true, but session of logged is set to false. That's why I am getting this. no flag for you. So how do we go about it? Let's go and read the lines of code sequentially. The first thing is slash login, right? As soon as I log in with a request method should be post that should be sent. As you can see, the post request is sent when I log in. What is happening is it is fetching the username, it is fetching the password, and it is checking the username in the database. This could be vulnerable to SQL injection, but who knows? And it is comparing my password and finding out its hash with the hash of the user that it is stored in the database, right? Now if that is all true, this one will be executed. Otherwise this will be executed, right, which is invalid username or password. Now what is happening is, for OTP it is generating an OTP that is between 1000 to 9999, and it is setting that OTP in the same session along with the username, and it is setting logged to false, right? So one thing that you could think of is maybe I can brute force this and get all the combinations within a specific time period. Now what is that time period? As you can see, slash 2FA, the time period should be less than 120 seconds, right? And the OTP should be the same OTP that's stored internally. So what can we do at this point of time? One hint that I can give is, because this is a solution and not a like a proper walkthrough where I'll explain each line of code. What I'll be doing is I'll explain the things like how to approach this, right? Now here one thing that I learned is how session is managed in Flask. If you see, it says EJY. Now previously when I showed you, it did not have EJY in it, right? Let me just showcase it to you. As you can see, this is what I get when I log out. It says logged false. It is an OTP and it has a timestamp, which is this, which means as soon as I log out, the session, as soon as I log out, username is set to none, but the rest of the items remain. But why do we need an expired OTP, right? So I don't think it will be of any use to you. So let's try to log in again and see what's happening. Let's say admin apple at that 123, and here you see that there's a session and there's a cookie set. Now if I were to pass this cookie here, as you can see, I'm not able to decode this. Why is that? I did some research and I found out that this is not simply base64 encoded, this is compressed as well. So what I did next was, I will go about in my terminal, go to Python, and what I would do is I'll take this function of decoding. Here is me trying to decode that cookie. So let's take this and let's just call this function decode. And as you can see, it also contains the OTP, which is 9916. So let's just try this. And as you can see, we get our flag for this challenge. So it was simple, yet not that simple. If you understand how session works in Flask, you would know that this was not simply a JWT token, because I mistook it the first time. As you can see, there are four dots. One, this you would not find in JWT, but there is one here and there is one here too. So I thought this was a simple JWT. So when I went to JWT decode to try to decode this, it did not work. So at this point of time, I was like not able to understand how to solve it. But using this, I was able to, like using Gemini, I was able to understand how session works in Flask and what could be the main reason I'm not able to decode this session cookie, right? So the way it works is there is a payload, then there is a signature. Now if there would have been some other vulnerabilities where I could bypass the signature, I could have generally made myself admin the first time. But that's not how it was intended to be made. Another thing that you could try is try to brute force this. I'm not sure if you can brute force the secret key in Flask itself, because if it is intentionally vulnerable, the secret key would be very, very weak. But generally, you would see the secret key as a UUID version 4, or a string containing multiple characters, words, and letters. So I wouldn't go that route. But I had this idea of like trying to brute force this. Maybe I could like maybe get something out of it, but I'm not even sure if you can do that. I hope this made you help or understand my methodology of how I solved it. So thank you.